Greetings, Naked News Guy here, and today in my 15th political position video, I'm going to be basically wrapping up my views on housing. Now, we've talked about a lot of things so far, but today I want to talk about veterans housing. The fact is, until World War II, most states had veterans homes, where veterans who were indigent could live, especially if they were disabled. Now, just because you're a veteran doesn't mean that you shouldn't have to work and you shouldn't have to be a functional part of society. Unfortunately, a lot of people who are veterans have issues. We need to bring back these veterans homes. They should be no cost to veterans. Again, I'm not talking about luxury housing here, but I'm talking about housing for veterans who are honorably discharged from the military and who cannot work. Pure and simple. Or who can work but are in between jobs for whatever reason. Look, I'm not a big believer in handing people stuff, but the thing is, veterans serve the country. Even though I disagree with every single war this country has fought since World War II, thinking that the United States should have never stuck its nose in other people's business like it has been, and the U.S. isn't the world's policeman, the last thing we need to do is penalize veterans for making the choice to serve. You know, a lot of people, they have issues from their service for various reasons. I'm not going to get into that. But what I am going to say is that no veteran should be on the street. Pure and simple. And, I'm going to be wrapping up housing here. I'm going to be moving on to another subject, staying focused on economics. But again, veterans should have housing. And the last thing I'm going to say is with disabled people, people who are legitimately disabled, likewise should have housing. I'm going to do a whole nother video on what I mean by legitimately disabled. But Naked News Guy here, again, my focus is on economics. Economics are the main cause of problems in society, usually because people are in a bad economic situation. Both parties focus on social issues, and they didn't used to do that. We need to get focused back on economics, and we need to have housing for our veterans. Pure and simple. And veterans should never be evicted. If they are a veteran, they should have eviction protections. Yes, just like with elderly people, if you are an honorably discharged veteran, you should not be evicted from your home. Pure and simple. And we should do everything we can to stop this thing. I know people that are 80 years old that are Vietnam vets that have always paid their rent and are being evicted by people because they feel they could rent to somebody who has more money. Naked News Guy here. Like and subscribe for more content. You may not always agree with me. You may not agree with me at all, and that's fine, but I tell it the way I see it, raw and uncut. Like and subscribe.